In this session, we can discuss about metabolism of lipids. Metabolism of lipid include how a lipid molecule disorganizes. As we know, lipids are formed by the esterification of fatty acid with glycerol. So metabolism of lipid include degradation of lipid to fatty acid and glycerol, then degradation of glycerol and degradation of fatty acids. So here we cover how fatty acids are activated and transported into mitochondria for oxidation. The oxidation of fatty acids happens within the mitochondria, or the oxidation site of fatty acids are mitochondria, but lipids and fatty acids are located in cytosol. So we should learn how fatty acids are transported to mitochondria for this oxidation purpose. So in metabolism, we will learn how fatty acids are disorganizing, how they are transported to mitochondria, and what is the degradatory cycle of fatty acids. As a consolidated, ഒരു ചുരുക്കമായിട്ട് പറഞ്ഞാൽ റിസർവ്ഡ് or stored triglycerides need to be mobilized or need to be disorganized when needed for energy production. റിസർവ് ഫുഡായിട്ടാണ് ട്രൈഗ്ലിസറൈഡ് ഒരു ഓർഗാനിസത്തിനകത്തുള്ളത്. അത് ഡിസോർഗനൈസ് ചെയ്താണ് എനർജി കിട്ടേണ്ടത്. ഈ ഫാറ്റ് മെറ്റബോളിസം നടക്കുന്ന അതിലുള്ള ഫാറ്റ് അനിമൽസ് ആണെങ്കിൽ ബ്ലഡിലോട്ട് കിട്ടി ബ്ലഡിന് അത് യൂസ് ചെയ്യാൻ പറ്റും. ദിസ് ഇസ് മെയിൻലി ഹാപ്പനിങ് ഇൻ ആനിമൽസ്. അതിലെന്താ സംഭവിക്കുന്നത് വെച്ചാൽ ഒരു ഭാഗത്ത് ലിപ്പിഡ് ഡിസോർഗനൈസ് ചെയ്യുമ്പോൾ when lipid disorganizes there will be production of glycerol and fatty acid again. So this glycerol will be converted to glycerol 3 phosphate, then dihydroxyacetone phosphate. ഈ ഡൈഹൈഡ്രോക്സിഅസറ്റോൺ ഫോസ്ഫേറ്റ് ഗ്ലൈക്കോളിസിസ് ക്രബ് സൈക്കിളിൽ ഗ്ലൈക്കോളിസിസിൻ്റെ അതായത് റെസ്പിറേഷനിൽ വരുന്ന ഗ്ലൈക്കോളിസിസിലോട്ട് പോവുകയും എനർജി പ്രൊഡക്ഷൻ യൂസ് ചെയ്യുകയും ചെയ്യും. എന്നാൽ ഫ്രീ ഫാറ്റി ആസിഡ് ഉണ്ടാകുന്നത് ഈസ് കൺവേർട്ടഡ് ടു ഫാറ്റി അസൈൽ കോയെ. പിന്നെ അതിന് അസറ്റൈൽ കോയായിട്ട് ബീറ്റ ഓക്സിഡേഷൻ വഴി മുറിക്കും. അത് കഴിഞ്ഞ് ഈ അസറ്റൈൽ കോയ ഇലക്ട്രോൺ ട്രാൻസ്പോർട്ട് ചെയിനിലോ സിട്രിക് ആസിഡ് സൈക്കിളിലോ ഒക്കെ ചെന്ന് അങ്ങനെ യൂസ് ചെയ്യപ്പെടും. എന്ന് വെച്ചാൽ the degradatory products of lipids are used in the downstream lipid metabolism. When a triglyceride disorganizes, the oxidation or disintegration of triglyceride happens with the help of enzymatic action, and the enzyme involved in this is lipase. If a triglyceride is oxidized or disorganized, a diglyceride and fatty acid will be formed. When a diglyceride is hydrolyzed with the help of lipase action, monoglyceride and fatty acid is formed. Like this, when a monoglyceride is enzymatically disintegrated, glycerol and fatty acid will be formed. All this process, lipase is the enzyme which is functioning. Now, what is the fate of glycerol during this oxidation process? Glycerol produced from the disintegration of lipids will react with ATP in the presence of phosphokinase enzyme, and an alpha glycerol phosphate and ADP will be formed. So glycerol reacts with a molecule of ATP in the presence of phosphokinase enzyme, and alpha glycerol phosphate and ADP will be formed. Alpha glycerol phosphate react with NAD, and that is a dehydrogenation reaction catalyzed by dehydrogenase enzyme. Dihydroxyacetone phosphate and NADH++ is formed. So this is the fate. What happens to glycerol after oxidation of lipid is glycerol will undergo conversion to dihydroxyacetone phosphate through alpha glycerol phosphate. The reactions are mediated by phosphokinase and dehydrogenase. Now, and if this happens, or if this oxidation of glycerol happens within an aerobic condition, dihydroxyacetone phosphate will oxidize to carbon dioxide and water. In aerobic condition, dihydroxyacetone phosphate will be oxidized to carbon dioxide and water. But in anaerobic condition, they will go to glycolysis, glycolytic pathway, and converted to pyruvic acid. So the fate of glycerol is dihydroxyacetone phosphate, and then it will enter to respiratory cycle. Now what is the fate of fatty acid? Fatty acid will also undergo oxidation. Fatty acid will be degraded to acetyl-CoA. Fatty acids enter tissue cells in need of energy. Fatty acid has to pass through the mitochondrial membrane to be oxidized on to produce energy. Passage cannot occur until the fatty acid is converted to thioester with CoA. So, fatty acid has to convert it to fatty acyl-CoA. Only this fatty acetyl-CoA can enter through mitochondrial membrane. So, fatty acid within the cytoplasm has to react with CoA in the presence of using the energy from ATP to form fatty acyl-CoA, AMP and PI. Now this fatty acetyl-CoA will be entering to the mitochondria. The formation of fatty acyl-CoA is for entry of fatty acid to mitochondria, and that is actually this membrane transport is carried out with the help of a membrane protein called carnitin, a transport protein called carnitin or carnitin pathway. And the process of fatty acid disintegration is called beta oxidation, because during this process the third or from the beta carbon atom or the third carbon or the beta carbon of a saturated fatty acid is oxidized to form a ketone. So as we know, fatty acyl-CoA will enter the mitochondria, and the process, the oxidation happening within the mitochondria is called beta oxidation. Why it is called beta oxidation? Because during the process, second or the beta carbon, third or the beta carbon of the saturated fatty acyl-CoA will be oxidized to form a ketone. Hence it is called beta oxidation. Since oxidation is happening in beta oxidation position, it is called beta oxidation. Another one fact is beta oxidation is a spiral pathway. It consists of 4 enzymes and yield one molecule of acetyl-CoA, and the resultant will also be an acetyl-CoA. After oxidation process, the resultant or the compound produced will also be an acetyl-CoA, but the difference is the formed acetyl-CoA will be in less of 2 carbons. 2 carbon കുറവുള്ള ഒരു അസറ്റൈൽ നിന്ന് ബീറ്റ ഓക്സിഡേഷൻ പ്രോസസ്സ് നടന്ന് ഉണ്ടാവുന്നത് അസറ്റൈൽ-CoA തന്നെയാണ്. പക്ഷെ തമ്മിലുള്ള വ്യത്യാസം ഒരു 2 കാർബണിന്റെ കുറവ് വരും, 2 കാർബൺ കുറയും, അതാണ് കീറ്റോൺ ആയിട്ട് മാറുന്നത്. സോ ദിസ് ഇസ് കോൾഡ് ബീറ്റ ഓക്സിഡേഷൻ. And this beta oxidation is a very good energy rich process, because complete oxidation of one molecule of palmitic acid to carbon dioxide and water yield 129 molecules of ATP. That is, one round of beta oxidation yields 17 ATP. So this is the process, or this refers how much energy is stored within the lipid molecule. Lipid അല്ലെങ്കിൽ ഫാറ്റിനകത്ത് എന്തുമാത്രം എനർജിയാണ് സ്റ്റോർ ചെയ്യുന്ന ഒരു എക്സാമ്പിൾ ആണിത്. ഒരു മോളിക്യൂൾ ഡിസിൻറ്റഗ്രേറ്റ് ചെയ്താൽ 129 മോളിക്യൂൾ ഓഫ് ATP നമുക്ക് കിട്ടും. Now, what are the different steps of beta oxidation? First is Activation of fatty acid by acylation with coenzyme. So a fatty acid in the presence of thiokinase enzyme using ATP will be converted to fatty acyl CoA. Fatty acyl CoA. Now, once the formation of fatty acyl CoA is happening within the cytoplasm. Cytoplasm fatty acyl CoA undavunathu. Why? The seat of fatty acid or the location of fatty acid is in cytoplasm. Now, the remaining process after the formation of fatty acyl CoA, the remaining step of oxidation of fatty acid will be happening within mitochondria. So, from cytoplasm, this fatty acyl CoA has to be transported to mitochondria. So, through the membrane, so there is a membrane. Mitochondria has two membrane, outer membrane and inner membrane. And through this membrane, fatty acyl CoA has to go to mitochondrial matrix. This pass the mitochondrial matrix. So how it do? Fatty acyl CoA react with a compound called carnitine. Carnitine is a transmembrane protein. What is transmembrane protein? Transmembrane proteins are proteins which helps in the membrane transport. So directly fatty acyl CoA cannot enter into the mitochondria. So it combined with a carnitine molecule. Thus, it will become carnitine acyl, fatty acyl carnitine. It will become fatty acyl carnitine. Now, this fatty acyl carnitine will move to inner mitochondrial matrix, and it leave the fatty acyl CoA to the mitochondrial matrix, and the carnitine will be released. This carnitine will be coming back to the outer mitochondrial membrane for carrying next fatty acyl CoA. So this is a shuttling process. This is a cyclic process. പുറത്ത് സൈറ്റോപ്ലാസത്തിൽ നിന്ന് വരുന്ന ഫാറ്റി അസൈൽ കോയെ കാർണിറ്റിനുമായിട്ട് ചേർന്ന് ഫാറ്റി അസൈൽ കാർണിറ്റിനായിട്ട് മാറും. ആ ഫാറ്റി അസൈൽ കാർണിറ്റിൻ ട്രാൻസ്ലോക്കേസ് എൻസൈം ഉപയോഗിച്ച് ഇന്നർ മെംബ്രെയിനിൽ ചെന്ന് മൈറ്റോകോൺഡ്രിയൽ മാട്രിക്സിലോട്ട് ഫാറ്റി അസൈൽ കോയെ കൊടുത്തിട്ട് കാർണിറ്റിൻ ഫ്രീ ആവും. ആ കാർണിറ്റിൻ വീണ്ടും ട്രാൻസ്ലോക്കേസ് എൻസൈം വഴി ഔട്ടർ മെംബ്രെയിനിൽ വരും. ലൈക്ക് ദിസ് ഇസ് എ ഷട്ടിലിംഗ് സിസ്റ്റം. This is the shuttling system what I am telling. Fatty acyl CoA, this is carnitine. Carnitine combined with fatty acyl CoA to form fatty acyl carnitine. Then with the help of translocase it will move to the inner mitochondrial matrix. There it release the fatty acyl CoA to cytoplasm. Carnitine will be free. That carnitine will be again carried to outer membrane with the help of translocase. This is called a shuttle system, and this is also called a carnitine pathway. Now, after activation of fatty acid by the acylation of CoA, it will become fatty acyl CoA, and this fatty acyl CoA will be transported to mitochondrial matrix for oxidation. That is happening via carnitine pathway, which I have told you before. Now, this fatty acyl CoA now is within the mitochondrial plasma or mitochondrial matrix nathanu ipo ഈ ഫാറ്റി അസൈൽ CoA ഉള്ളത്. And this fatty acyl CoA will undergo an oxidation, process by releasing two molecules of hydrogen. FAD will be converted to FADH2. Now it become desaturated fatty acyl CoA. From the fatty acyl CoA, there will be loss of two hydrogen, and that released hydrogen is carried by FADH, so it becomes FADH2. Now it will become, there will be a double bond in the resultant molecule, so it become a desaturated fatty acyl CoA. Now next step is an hydration process. To this desaturated fatty acyl CoA, a molecule of water is added, and the process is called hydration. And due to hydration, beta hydroxy acyl CoA is formed. Beta hydroxy acyl CoA is formed. This is the third step. So first is removal of hydrogen or oxidation. Second one is removal of hydrogen is otherwise called a dehydrogenation reaction, and that will be the help of fatty acyl CoA dehydrogenase enzyme. Now next is hydration. The desaturated fatty acetyl-CoA is hydrated to become beta hydroxyacyl-CoA. Now the third step is beta hydroxyacyl-CoA will again release 2 molecules of hydrogen to form beta ketoacyl-CoA. Now beta hydroxyacetyl-CoA removes again 2 molecules of hydrogen to form beta ketoacyl-CoA. The last step is called thiolysis. There the thiolysis happens in the beta position of beta ketoacyl-CoA. Then as a result of this, this results in the formation of a fatty acetyl-CoA and acyl-CoA. It will result in the formation of a fatty acid chain which is shorter than 2 carbon atom and an acetyl-CoA. ഒരു acetyl-CoA ഉണ്ടാവും, ഒരു fatty acyl-CoA ഉണ്ടാവും. So if you summarize this, fatty acetyl-CoA is formed within the cytoplasm by the use of ATP, and this fatty acetyl-CoA combines with carnitine to form acetyl-carnitine. This acetyl-carnitine enter to the inner mitochondrial membrane with the help of carnitine shuttle. Now acetyl-CoA now enters the mitochondrial matrix. First it will undergo dehydrogenase, hydrogen will be released. Then there is hydration, water will be added, it will become 3-hydroxyacetyl-CoA. Now again hydrogen is 2 molecules of hydrogen, dehydrogenase is acting, 2 molecules of hydrogen is released, so it will become beta acetyl-CoA. Now this beta ketoacetyl-CoA releases, undergo thiolysis. As a result of thiolysis, an acetyl-CoA with 2 atoms shorter than the initial acetyl-CoA is formed, and the acetyl-CoA will be released. And this acetyl-CoA can enter into the respiratory cycle. And this acetyl-CoA again comes back to mitochondria. This is in mitochondrial matrix. Again it undergoes the same process. Then finally acetyl-CoA will be produced with 2 carbon again less, and this is a repeated cycle till the final disintegration to acetyl-CoA. അപ്പോൾ ഫാറ്റി ആസിഡ് ഇങ്ങനെ ഡിസിൻറ്റഗ്രേറ്റ് ചെയ്ത് പോകുമ്പോൾ ഇതൊരു സൈക്ലിക് പ്രോസസ് ആണ്. ഒരിക്കൽ മൈറ്റോകോൺഡ്രിയൽ മാട്രിക്സിനകത്ത് വന്നാൽ അത്രയും എനർജി പോകുന്നവരെ അത് ഡിസിൻറ്റഗ്രേറ്റ് ചെയ്ത് പോകാൻ പറ്റും. So this is the nature of disintegration of fatty acid within the mitochondria, and this is called beta hydration, beta oxidation, because every time ketolysis or the oxidation happens on the third carbon or the beta carbon. And this portion is from your text, page number 310 to 321.